Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Hart, and today I'll be breaking down my 3 favorite core plays for tonight's 4-game NBA slates we have here on DraftKings. $100,000 up top to first place as usual. So if you're new to the channel or you're a recurring viewer, hit that like button as it does really help out my channel. Turn on the notification bell and subscribe. Do appreciate all the support. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by Thanksgiving. So if you can hit that like button, do truly appreciate it. Now let's get into my 3 favorite core plays for tonight's 4-game NBA slate. As always, these core plays could change, based on the injury news. We do have to wait for some Miami injury news when it comes to Tyler Hero and Caleb Martin, as well as the Portland news when it comes to Nurkic and Jeremy Grant, because that could definitely change my favorite core plays on this slate. So, keep updated with me on Twitter. Shoot me a DM when the injury news comes out and if things, switch around, if you want to know my new core plays. But my first one as of right now, 7 hours into the slate, is going to be Spencer Dinwiddie. I talked about how I really liked him yesterday. Unfortunately, they obviously moved the game before the slate, so we couldn't roster him. But 6,200 is just way too cheap for a guy who's going to see 35 plus minutes. As you can see, last game, 38 minutes, 9-19, 49 fantasy points, 29 real life points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, a block, 2 steals. Was fantastic. I talked about how I really liked him becoming that secondary scorer for the team, really stepping up in the absence of Christian Wood. He did that. I expect the same thing here against Washington, a little bit of a revenge game narrative. He should see 35 plus minutes. He is a career 1 point fantasy point per minute guy or more or better. And in that last game against Orlando, he averaged over 1.3 fantasy points per minute. So when he's 6,200, going to see 35 plus minutes, going to be that secondary scorer alongside Luka Doncic, averaged 1.3 fantasy points per game, or 1.3 fantasy points last game, had a 33% usage rate. Really like Spencer Dinwiddie in this spot against Washington. My second favorite core play for tonight is going to be Kristaps Porzingis here at $8,500. The reason why I like this is, first off, I think people are going to be scared of this salary, $8,500. He hasn't been too well with Bradley Beal off the court, the past 2 games. And the past 3 games, he hasn't been doing really well either. He's pretty foul prone, but, going against this Dallas front court, not scared of any of the bigs. Christian Wood is not on the floor, so we really don't have to worry about any of those bigs on the Dallas, driving to the basket, posting up Kristaps, so he should stay out of foul trouble. And when he does, as we saw last year, he was over a 1.5 fantasy point per minute guy. I think it's 1.56 in about 500 minutes last season with Brad Beal off the court when it was just him and Kuzma. That is insane, 1.56. I do think Porzingis is way too cheap. If you guys stayed in tune last year, Porzingis was, close to like 9,500, almost 10K at a certain point, averaging about like 50 fantasy points per game when Brad Beal was off the court and he was the main guy. I do expect him to really start picking it up here with Brad Beal off the court. He's averaged about a 33% usage rate so far with Brad Beal off the court. Really like him, averaging over 1.56 fantasy points per minute with Brad Beal off the court alongside Kyle Kuzma, 33% usage rate. So really like Porzingis here. Minutes should be secure and safe. He should see about 35. Should stay out of foul trouble. Really like the upside here at 8,500. Do think that price tag will scare people off, and it's a little bit of a revenge game narrative going against Dallas. So I really expect a huge game from Kristaps tonight. My third core play for tonight's slate is going to be Trae Young, 10-4. A little bit of a hefty price tag on this 4-game slate, but I think he's one of my favorite spend-ups. The reason why is, first off, this man is getting a ton of minutes. They've kind of been up and down the past few games just because some blowouts, but this kid is going to average 35 plus minutes. He's going to shoot the ball near 25 plus times a game. It's insane how much he shoots. He hasn't been shooting the ball well. Last game he didn't really shoot the 3 a ton, even though he's kind of a career like 7 to 8 plus 3-point shot attempts per game. So the minutes are there, shot attempts are there. We know with Trae Young, he has a really safe floor when it comes to assists, averaging about 9.5 a game. Can get you a couple of rebounds, which we do like to see as well. So it just comes down to him hitting the shots, which I really like in this matchup against Philadelphia. Not scared of DeAndre Melton defense, not scared of Tyrese Maxey defense. Really expect Trae Young to go out there and step it up in this primetime matchup against the 76ers. Really like Trae Young. He's a 1.36 fantasy point per minute kind of guy this year so far through 12 games. And he's averaging about a 36% usage rate for the Hawks, even alongside DeJounte Murray. So I really, really like Trae Young. All the usage is there, and it just comes down to him hitting the shots. Really expect him to finally have a good shooting game. As you can see, he hasn't had one in about 4 games since Milwaukee when he went off for 42 real-life points. So really like Trae Young here. He's a guy that has a massive ceiling. 10-4, do think that will scare some people away with that salary, especially on a 4-game slate where there's not a lot of value as of right now. So yeah, really like Trae Young, really like Dinwiddie, and really like Porzingis. As always, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. Keep updated with injury news because these core plays can change. Just follow me on Twitter at HeartDFS, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.